In very basic terms, training, when the aim is improving our performance, is about riding hard, resting, and then repeating that cycle until we get stronger. If we want to continue riding hard day in, day out, then you're really going to need to learn to maximize your recovery between those sessions. Now, you may have heard of some of the usual techniques for doing this: massage, stretching, which are of course very beneficial. But there are also some alternative techniques out there which you may want to consider. So here are some of our suggestions. First up, cupping. Now, this may not look like much. Personally, I think it looks closer to an egg cup than a recovery tool, but this little ingenious thing can work wonders from helping you recover from an intense session on the bike. Long, hard and consecutive days on the saddle can cause the muscle fascia, essentially your muscle's skin, to stick to the muscle fibers. Now, the theory is that this makes it harder for lactic acid to drain away and leave you with that heavy-legged feeling the next day. Now, cupping allows you to suction grip the skin and the fascia and pull it away from those muscle fibers, allowing that lactic acid to drain away more effectively. Okay, if you want to try cupping yourself, I'd recommend getting a bit of Vaseline or baby oil, lubricating the surface of your skin, then getting your cup, and you simply suction grip the skin. You can see as it kind of pulls the skin up away from the surface. That's pulling the fascia away from those muscle fibers, and then you simply swipe it up and down on top of the muscles like so. And you want to kind of do this for 2 or 3 minutes really, and you want to finish in the direction of your lymph nodes. So in the case of the legs, or your quads, that's it, your groin, and on your calves, that's just behind your knee there. Cupping sounds like a way to taste some coffee, but it's a recovery tool. Now, we do recommend trying this with an experienced practitioner, but if you are feeling brave, you can try this at home and give it a go yourself. Dry needling is another technique which is a little away from the usual recovery routine. Similar to acupuncture, dry needling allows for a non-invasive way of loosening tight knots in the muscles. A deep massage will achieve something similar. However, such a massage can actually take up to 2 days to recover from if you're looking to get back out on the bike and perform an intense session. Dry needling avoids this by hitting the exact point in the muscle that is needed to be released. It also works great for post-crash recovery, as you can target specific tight spots without the need for massage over bruises or cuts. You can get straight in there to the muscle where it's needed and pinpoint the exact area of tension. This is definitely one to be done by an experienced professional, but well worth trying if you're looking for a good alternative way to recover. I use this a lot during my racing career and would highly recommend it. Now, next up, recovery boots, or moon boots as I'd like to call them. Now, these work great because they simulate a massage from the comfort of your own home because, well, they're super portable and also very versatile. Now, they do come in on the pricey side of things, coming in at around 800 to 1,000 euros, but if you are someone who gets a regular massage and you swap that massage for recovery boots, well, they will pay themselves back in due time. They work by pumping air into these compression chambers which mimic a massage, pushing the blood through the legs, enhancing lymphatic drainage and mobilizing waste products. And I tell you what, they're pretty relaxing as well. I love them. And I actually had a teammate who used these on a plane before, which kind of highlights how you can really use them whenever and wherever you want. Massage is a well-known recovery tool. Manipulation, on the other hand, is a slightly less known option on the massage table. It involves mobilizing the body through active and quite intense movements in a variety of positions. It's often known as getting cracked out and is performed by professionals such as osteopaths or chiropractors. Now, I personally really recommend it. When I finished the Vuelta a España, I actually found that I was I was struggling to get going with my riding again, but at the same time, rather embarrassingly, I was also struggling to go to the toilet for quite a few days. Now, I saw an osteo and he performed some deep tissue massage in conjunction with some of these manipulation exercises, and well, it worked miracles almost instantaneously. Yeah, the less known about that, the better, but personally, it works really well. Okay, so the first thing we do when we see one of these is this. Similar to a traditional massage, this rather exciting recovery tool works by reducing inflammation from all those tough rides, by flushing out all that extracellular fluid from the muscle tissue. And they're also great for relaxing specific tight spots on the muscle and reducing muscle soreness. They're also a really brilliant option if you can't access a regular massage. And, well, they also make a great topic of discussion at your next dinner party. You've probably heard of strapping by now or seen its use on athletes in a variety of different sports. Strapping is more common as an injury recovery tool, but it can help drain excess fluid and improve circulation. Kinesio tape works by lifting the skin from tense, knotted muscles, decompressing the area where you may be experiencing pain on certain trigger points. And studies have actually shown that when it's used on fatigued muscles, it could help improve performance. Strapping can also help provide support from specific joints or muscles that need it, and when used in conjunction with conventional treatment methods from an experienced professional like a physio, for example, then strapping can be an effective recovery tool. Another great recovery technique is investing in a little gadget like the one you see on my quad right now. This is an electronic muscle stimulator, and it works by pumping the muscles with tiny little kind of electric shocks, really. Now, the muscle pumping activity helps to improve your circulation and reduce swelling without the need for any additional impact or exercise once you finish riding. You can simply lie back, relax, and let the machine do all the work. Now, I actually use these a lot during my racing career, mainly to recover from long travel days and also really hard race days on the bike. Now, they do come at different price points. Now, they can get quite expensive, and I think for the use you're going to be needing it for, recovery, you can get away with using the ones that are on the cheaper end of things, because the recovery setting is more of a simple function on these. People use these when they're pumping weights and go into the gym quite often, and they do certain exercises with them. But if you're using it for cycling purposes, recovering from a hard day on the bike, you get a pretty simple one, and that'll do the job. We often talk of the legs recovering, but the mind is an area we can't neglect either. If we want to continue pushing our limits and go to places that mentally we didn't think were possible, then we need to make sure that we're rested and recovered. Now, practicing meditation or mindfulness is a great way to rest and recharge our minds, readying ourselves for that next physical challenge, and also recover from quite intense sessions out on the bike, which are pretty stressful. Mindfulness meditation involves sitting silently and paying attention to thoughts, sounds, the sensation of breathing, or maybe even parts of your body, and bringing that attention back whenever the mind starts to wander. Headspace is an app we'd really recommend, as it takes you through some guided meditation. If you haven't tried this before, it's a great way of getting into meditation and understanding the practice of mindfulness. And it's also a really great way of recovering from the everyday stresses of normal life, which will in turn help you next time you jump on your bike for a really intense, tough, stressful session. So those are some of the more alternative recovery techniques you may or may not have heard of. Please let us know in the comment section below if you've tried any of these methods, if they work for you or if they didn't, and if we've missed anything. Are there any recovery techniques out there that maybe we haven't heard of? I'd love to hear from you. Please do let us know. And whilst you're down in that comment section, if you enjoyed this video, please do give us a big thumbs up. Right, thanks for watching all. I'm gonna go off and keep recovering, I guess.